So, I'm teleported 53 years into the future, where I wake up next to this motel in the middle of the desert.
Let's get a drink.
This woman tells me to follow her, and I do so because women rarely ask me to. So she buys me a drink, and we talk about
Then we can
business.
talk about the details.
I take a sip of my drink, and then I realize I like this drink so much I just start chugging it down as she sits there staring at me. I mean, you did buy it for me, so of course I'm gonna enjoy it. Then I remember I had to answer to something she said, so I just tell her whatever she just said is cool,
Noah,
and she
we'll take
bugs
2
off.
rooms.
I notice
Just for
something
tonight.
weird going on in the TV, and I decide to just drink it off. I then complete my drink and go outside. I decide to come back inside as I wanted to take a good look around the bar because you never know who or what you're going to see in there. And so I spot this fly-ass looking guy who looks like he's wearing the costume that fly dude Rick Riker, played by Drake Bell wore in the 2008 superhero movie titled Superhero Movie. So apparently this woman I had a beer with is called Pan Am, and she rented me a room at the motel because she wants to bang or something, I don't know. I start looking for the room and I find these 2 guys just standing in this corner. I don't know why that guy doesn't have pants on, but it's a free country, I guess.
Could you give me some personal space, please?
Ah, life's good, eh?
I finally find the room and holy cow, this place looks nice.
Wow.
I mean, there's lots of free beer and an extra cushion on the floor here for if Pan Am wants to sleep here too. The blue side of my mind tells me to look at the mirror, and I do so to find out that I am a woman as well. Pretty neat. I give out a little smile because I like smiling. It really brings out the beauty in everyone. I went to sleep and woke up when Pan Am called me as she had some work for me. I simply told her, not today, and got on my bike and left. I thought Pan Am wanted to have a fun little night with me, but apparently she wants me to work? Fuck that bitch, I'm out of here. So I drive my way to the nearest city, and cause multiple traffic violations as I am still hungover from last night. This AI taxi service called Delamain informs me about one of their vehicles that has become sentient and that I should go talk to it. I find the car and start having a conversation with it.
You found me. Congratulations. Was it worth it?
We chat for a while,
Delamain misses.
and the car decides to take me back to its neighborhood for some cake,
So I'll just give you
but there is no cake.
a hint. Going to kill you, and all the cake is gone.
And it tries to kill me. These guys gang up on me, so I kill them, and the car gets upset. Honestly, I just wanted some cake, but then there wasn't any cake, so naturally, I start looking for answers as to why lie about some cake. I start the search for the cake and get on my motorcycle. There was this dude looking at it, and I just told him to screw off as I needed to get some cake as soon as possible. I was in such a rush that I caused an accident and fly off my bike. I guess I hit my head on the ground and broke some implants I have in my brain as this weird music goes off for a couple seconds. But I don't fucking care, so I get back on my bike and just drive off. Then I spot another one of those self-aware cars and just start shooting at it because one of its relatives didn't give me cake. I then notice someone shooting at my bike and look over. It's a cop who must hate motorcycles. For some similar reason, I hate Delamain's cars. I love my bike. So I shoot the cop and he drops dead on the ground. I then finish the car who called me a motherfucker with his last words. Then some crazy guy on another motorcycle decides to just fucking crash the scene, and I leave as I hate it when somebody ruins the scene. The weather suddenly turns to sunny as I really fucking thought it was nighttime. Interesting weather we have in the future. Not to worry though. I forget the cake and go for a walk to enjoy the sunshine and the music playing in my head after the crash with my bike. The music really fits the vibe as it sounds like someone just sat down in front of a piano and is just slapping whatever the fuck keys they find on it. Exactly like me, because at this point I have no goddamn clue what am I doing here. Then I find a guy standing next to a hot dog stand eating a hamburger. He doesn't even finish the thing and puts it in his pocket, no wrapper, no nothing, and takes a cigarette out of the same pocket, all the while still standing next to this hot dog stand and having a staring contest with the owner. I take a look behind the scenes and notice the stand sells meatballs and not burgers.
It's a beautiful day, huh?
I am very confused and continue my walk until this Judy calls me over to hang out.
Judy, what's up?
Hey, can you come over, stat?
She sounds distressed and tells me to come,
Just come.
but I can't do that in the middle of the street. So I start running to find a spot I could release myself as good soldiers follow orders. I get distracted by this guy selling suits in this huge-ass building with maybe like 5 suits on display, and he yabs and yabbles about elegance and quantity and all that blah blah stuff. And suddenly a large fat bloke walks in yelling, "I want some hamburgers, where are the hamburgers?" He kills both of the weak-ass guards that guard a clothing store for whatever reason. So I pull this gun out my ass and start blasting this fat fuck who doesn't like clothes, I guess.
Talking to me?
So this weapon doesn't work on him, so I pull out a railgun and an LMG to assist me in taking this big Jack Sparrow if he was a crazy biker in the future looking ass guy down. But I lose my foot and fall on the ground. So naturally, I just go back in time and rethink a strategy to kill the big bloke terrorizing the clothes supply. I use the same strategy as before and just pull this railgun and spam it in his face.
Don't let him kill me!
But he takes it like a champ. The homeless are real strong in the future. I use an inhaler because I've developed fucking asthma and I'm really losing this fight, so I guess that helps. Then I quickly go into the command center in my brain to look for the nerve that makes me call this guy a dumb fat ass, and I pull it. It really angers this dude, so he starts coming at me with his sword. But I have slicker moves and I'm more fit, so I just evade his attacks like it's nothing. Then the obesity cops arrive and start slicing his body to make him thinner. And I guess that guy with the gun is just shooting. I dunno. Then I have a chit-chat with the obesity police, and she tells me they could use someone like me as an employee because of how I bravely defended the slim fit suits from this plus-size fella. He was angry the suits were overpriced, I guess. So anyway, I scan the guys with the green side of my mind and steal these 2 corpses' belongings, because what are they going to do with it? So after this traumatic event, I go to a club.
Sure.
You don't got any real girls?
We employ dancers here. No joy girls, no dolls.
I heard this was a fun club.
Where I find Frozone asking for some real connection, and oh boy do I tell ya, it's the year 2077. There ain't no real deal anywhere. Just fake motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, brother? So as the receptionist is occupied with this dude, I just walk in through a door which I thought was the door to the dance floor, but my nerves inform me this is a hostile area. Thus the backstage, so to speak. Now I don't know about you, but these guys don't look hostile to me. So I scan the dude and... oh my god, it's Peter Griffin. Peter, what the fuck happened to you and why are you here? You should be in Fortnite. Dude, what the hell? I continue to look for the bar and hack this computer, because why not? I go upstairs and find this muscular guy next to this poster of someone with 3 mouths. I don't know what you need 3 mouths for, maybe to eat more? Well, I go and tell the guy I can work his shift for a while. So I help him to his seat, and he falls asleep. He takes a comfortable position, and looks like he enjoys it. Tough day, huh? I make my way up these stairs, where I find some drip in a box. I walk through this corridor, and open the door.
Hey, how the fuck you get this stuff? Myself into cyberspace. Come on! Yeah? Then consider yourself dead.
I find some guy having what sounds like a peaceful and loving call on the phone with I guess his grandma. And I just bet they're talking about baking and knitting and stuff. He hangs up the phone as I get close range and hug him from behind because I felt he needed it at this time of his life. His heart melts as he sinks to ground level. I let him be and grab a rifle to protect the man in his weak moment. Some other guy named Gunner notices this and proceeds to walk over to this office we're in. I of course fear he is going to laugh at the guy on the ground, so I get ready for when he comes. Unexpectedly, Gunner performs a disappearing act, and now I'm playing Five Nights at Freddy's all of a sudden, watching these doors behind me. When I open the security cameras, he busts through the door and jump scares me.
Your pretty little face is in for it now.
But now it's 5 nights at my house because I use a bullpup rifle as a butt plug and pull it out of my ass and start sweeping the floors with these people. What a plot twist. A huge shootout happens, and it occurs to me. Maybe that guy wasn't talking to his grandma on the phone? Now I feel real sad. His grandma is somewhere baking for him, and he's here just all lazy on the floor. Whatever, I see a bar, and by instinct I run to it only to find that they're at their closing hours, as this guy is sleeping on the floor after a long day of drunk people sleeping there too. Then this guy calls me complaining about noise and all that yada yada, and I just don't listen to what he's saying because I came here to party like it's a club, not a fucking library. So I go downstairs, meet a few more angry neighbors, and go take a leak. In the restroom I find a cleaner doing God's work, and I let him do what he does best. Until some guy tries to kill him, so I kill the guy who tried to kill the cleaner who tried to only do his job. Then I check my work email, and notice some guy's name is literally I leave the room and maneuver this corner like it's textbook close quarters gun handling. See, if there was a threat, I would have had it under control. I get back to the lobby, and this guy is still here trying to see some real boobies. Like, come on man, get out of here. Whatever, I go through this door to find 2 females looking at me. So as a natural instinct, I try to open the door and leave because when women look at me like this, it usually means I'm doing something bad. So the humble and generous gentleman that I am, I use my legs to skedaddle out of the room and stumble upon this light show on the stage. I thought to myself, very fascinating indeed, and start to jump in joy, as I am really excited about the events that are occurring at the moment. I decide to leave the place as I thought it would be very late. Holy fuck, that is bright. A sandstorm is taking its place inside the city, and I think I am now in Blade Runner 2049, the movie. So I get on my bike and enjoy the beautiful views on top of this bridge. You can really see the land in all of its beauty. Truly a wonderful moment. So I arrive at this narrow street and make my way to Victor, whom I owe some money to. So I pay the debt and buy some cool blade arm thingies for my arms, because then I would look badass and stuff. I get them installed, and now I have this huge ass text blocking my vision, so I get that fixed too. There. I take a look at my arms, and they look pretty neat. Thanks, Victor. So I go outside where I can really test these arm blades, and they're sparking. So that's pretty cool. Also, I get this jazz tune in my head. This fellow pedestrian looks like he has to pee and hops off, and I follow him for a bit to make sure he makes it in time before he pisses his pants. And I'm not cleaning that. I go back into this store where I talk to this girl named Misty, who is apparently a friend of mine. We talk about our other friend, Jackie, who died because of those Delamain cars, I guess. I don't remember. Misty pulls out a deck of cards and asks if she can read my tarot for me, and I say okay. But as soon as I'd said that, I realized that I couldn't care less, so I delete parts of this moment from my motherboard in my brain so that I have to never listen to this again. I use the yellow side of my mind to thank her for whatever she said. I don't care, fuck off please. So I leave. And this jazz music in my head is really getting groovy.